Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans around the world, I'm here to let you know about an amazing show that happened just tonight. Live October 5th, 2013 in Goshen, Indiana. U Pro Wrestling brought to you Championship Showdown. This has been history in the making for a long time. This is the crowning of the U Pro Heavyweight Champion. Insane night of action. And that wasn't all. We had the first ever tag team champions were determined as well. Great night of tournament style action. One of my favorite ever pay-per-views was King of the Ring, and this is exactly how it was. Nice bracket style matches. Mixed in with, the tag team match, and also some extra special stuff, including a fatal four-way match with former WWE and TNA Impact Wrestling superstar Zach Gowen, the one-legged wonder. Insane night. So I'm going to give my best breakdown of all the matches, all the happenings of the evening. So bear with me. I got my little cheat sheet here, and I got the card right here. So, U Pro Wrestling decided to have a special pre-show battle royal. It featured superstars like Joey Risk, Deputy Dave, Charles Matthews, the All-American Roger Lanier, Rob Frost, and Terror Khan. Very, very interesting matchup. All the other superstars decided to use their wits and their brawn to take on Terror Khan. Unfortunately, Terror was just too much of a terror, and one by one, everyone got the boot. They were out. John Rose is the manager, and he's leading Terror, up the ranks in U Pro. Definitely a superstar that you're going to want to see and pay attention to, because this guy's he's a big savage guy. It was an interesting battle royal. I love battle royals, so it was really cool. Then we had, in our first qualifying match, we had Bandolero Star taking on Jack Thriller. Excellent match. Very, very different conflicting styles. Bandolero Star is a lucha. He is, which is, Spanish for wrestler. It's a different style down in Mexico. And Jack Thriller, he's got that pomposity. He's got the goatee that he uses maybe to his advantage, to his disadvantage. Sometimes he may be getting pulled by it. But Bandolero Star put on a heck of a match. He tried his best to outwit and outplay Jack, but unfortunately Jack will do whatever he has to do to win. A little cheating here and there, but he's got that finishing move, and he's slammed him down and got the win. Our next qualifying match was Officer Rod Street taking on Kharn Alexander. Very interesting matchup. I would definitely say this is one of the more fluid matches. Unfortunately, Kharn, he kind of had a change of heart for this match. Lately, I've only seen him as, kind of what they call a bad guy, but he had a change of heart. He was definitely the fan favorite in this match. Rod had his goon squad, very shieldish. He had Deputy Dave, and he had a mass SWAT member. I'm not sure who that was, but they were all out there, and they were distracting, and Rod kept claiming that his hair got pulled, and if you've seen Rod, you know that all he's got up there is a Band-Aid. So it was a good back and forth match, but unfortunately for Rod, little sister Kenzie was able to persuade the ref to get the 1-2-3 a little bit quicker, and we had Kharn Alexander win. In the next qualifying match, we had the Juggernaut Osiris taking on Drew Skills. Crazy matchup. for being 100 pounds bigger, these guys are very evenly matched in their move sets, and very, very cool matchup. This is something that I definitely think is going to happen. More of these matches between these two excellent E-Pro superstars. Very conflicting. I mean, one of the most hated people I've seen at a wrestling show is Drew Skills. And he took on one of the biggest fan favorites, literally and figuratively, in the Juggernaut Osiris. Crazy match. If you are sensitive of hearing, you don't want to be ringside, because these guys nearly break the ring with everything they do. These are huge guys that are moving like cruiserweights. It's awesome. After, numerous distractions and all that jazz, unfortunately Drew Skills was no match for Osiris. Osiris got the win, and he moved on in the qualifying. In the final qualifying match, it was Jake Omen versus Lewis Linden. Chain, chain, chain. Words can't describe this match better than that. I mean, these guys put it all out there. All their finishing moves is just great mat-based method wrestling. This is what wrestling should be. If I were to show someone, if I wanted someone to start watching wrestling, this is the kind of match you'd want them to start with, because this is as good as it gets. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. It ended with the shook hand. It was very classy, great match. Jake Omen moved on into the next round. Then we had, for the tag team titles, this is to declare the brand new first ever U-Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Initially it was supposed to be a singles match, but it was last minute turned into a triple threat match. It was the team of Skayde Young and Big Russ Jones taking on the Painkillers and Jeremy Hadley and Gideon. We've seen Russ, we've seen Skayde together. They are a fluid, awesome team. We've seen Painkillers, Donnie and Jacob. They're brothers. We know they're a team. They're attached at the hip. They're awesome. But we've never seen Jeremy Hadley and Gideon. I've never seen it before. These are some very interesting tag teams. The dynamic between these three was insane. A lot of craziness happened. I've never seen Skayde Young's butt, but I saw it tonight. Skayde Young got his trunks pulled down, and I'd say he went just about all over the ring, all over the arena with his trunks down. He just couldn't get him back up fast enough. Painkillers, we all thought they were going to get that win, but unfortunately, Skayde Young and Big Russ Jones were just a little step ahead on this evening. Definitely don't see this feud ending anywhere soon between Painkillers and Skayde Young and Big Russ Jones. It's going to keep going for sure. Took a brief intermission, and then we had more lucha action. We had Rey Fuego taking on Skayde. Skayde is a veteran that you've seen in CMLL and AAA before. I mean, you can't get as in the lucha world. That's as big as you can get. And he took on Rey Fuego. Rey Fuego is an up-and-coming lucha, tons of skill. The movesets in this, I mean, it's impossible to fully encapsulate in just me talking about it. How crazy these guys can get. It's a nice change of pace to have a lucha match in there. It makes you appreciate the subtle nuances that you see in these matches. It's crazy. Rey Fuego, he got that win. It was very cool. They shook hands in the middle of the ring. Respect is a big thing amongst people, and especially with luchas. And then the second round qualifier, we had Jake Omen and Jack Thriller. Another match that I'm in love with this match. One of the best matches I've seen. Jack feigned this knee injury, and Jake was finally going to let him, give him a relax, help him out. take him to the back with Chet, but then, classic Jack, he was able to get the one up on him at first, but Jake said no, and he got the win after a very vicious knee to the head. Insane. Love this. I'm thinking this would be a very interesting rematch for sure. Jack versus Jake. I'd definitely pay to see it. Then in the second round qualifying match, the second of those two, we had Osiris taking on Kharn Alexander. Now, Kharn, he reverted back to the classic Kharn that we know and loathe in this match, and he did whatever he had to do, along with his little sister Kenzie, to get the win. And whether it was, push buttons that shouldn't be pushed, or it was have someone like Drew Skills come out and attack Osiris when the ref wasn't looking, he did what he had to do to win, to get into that main event. And Kharn got the win. But O got a standing ovation. People knew that he got hosed. He got screwed in this, and this ain't the end for O. O and Drew Skills, I'm sure, will be a rematch at the next show, which is December 28th, 2013. Maybe it won't be at that show, but I'm sure it's going to happen. These guys have a feud for sure. Then we had a fatal four-way match. We had the pure athlete Denzel Bishop. We had Ryan Epic. We had Nick Cutler. And then finally, of course, we had WWE alumni, former TNA and WWE superstar Zach Gowen, the one-legged wonder, in a fatal four-way match. This is a crazy match, back and forth. Zach Gowen, he has one leg, and he's going all out. He's going as hard as anyone else does. It's awesome to see the caliber of talent this guy has. For sure, the majority of the match, it was Ryan Epic and Zach Gowen kind of teaming up together to take on the other two. Nick Cutler started picking on Ryan Epic, calling him a virgin, picking on Zach Gowen, calling him, one-legged, making fun of him. Called Denzel Bishop Denzel Washington, but not as pretty. There was a moment in the middle of the match when they threw Nick Cutler into a seat. Nick Cutler started sitting in the seat, and Zach Gowen did this crazy dive, busted Nick Cutler's face up. Blood just started pouring down his face. Kids in the audience couldn't believe it. Ladies, purple-haired ladies in the audience couldn't believe it either. Insane. The finish of the match was actually right after Zach Gowen did this insane one-legged leg drop. He almost got the pin. He was taken off by Denzel Bishop, and Denzel got the win. I don't know what's going to happen with this. If Zach's got something to say in return, I'm sure he does. But Denzel Bishop, he keeps rising through the ranks. This is someone I've said for going on 2 years. This is someone you need to keep watching because he is rising through the ranks for sure. Phenomenal match, Ryan Epic, of course. Him and Denzel Bishop have had several excellent matchups, and this takes the cake right here. Excellent match. Then in the main event of the evening, we had Kharn Alexander taking on Jake Omen. Insane match. Loved it. Not going to pull any punches. It was just your classic back and forth crazy match. Kenzie used whatever she had to do, including feigning a knee injury. She was out, or ankle injury rather. She was out. She was screaming. Jake didn't want to fall for it, and unfortunately for Kharn, Jake was just the man tonight. He got that win. Hard-fought win, defeating multiple people in one night. It was a great night of pro wrestling action. I had a great time. Always love announcing for you pro wrestling. It's a great organization. The next show is December 28th, 2013, live at the VFW. Some huge names planned for upcoming shows. Make sure you check out Jake Omen's first ever U-Pro title defense live November 2nd, 2013 at the State Theater in South Bend, Indiana. It's going to be a huge show. I'm not sure who he's facing yet, but you're going to have to check out UPro Wrestling's Facebook page to find out. Also, they got TNA WWE Ring of Honor superstar Rhino. It's going to be crazy. Now, the State Theater actually held an ECW event there over 10 years ago. So it'll be kind of cool to have a former ECW champion bring it wrestling back to the state. Also featured is, former TNA Impact Wrestling superstar Shark Boy. There's Thunder Kitty. There's going to be over 10 matches. It's going to be an insane night. And majority of the proceeds are going to fight pancreatic cancer. This is Wrestling for a Cure 2 on November 2nd. So check that show out as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember, December 28th is the next one. Please feel free to comment, like, share my videos. I will return the favor. Have a great day, and let's talk wrestling.